Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little get ready with me using the products that I pulled in this past Makeup Basket Monday. As you remember, they're mostly Kat Von D products, so I'm going to be using a lot of Kat Von D stuff. So let's get started with foundation and primer. So the primer I'm going to be using is the Kat Von D. This is the Lock-It Primer. This one here is very, very hydrating. If you're looking for a hydrating primer to go with the Kat Von D foundation, I do recommend this. It's very lotion-like, so I like it because it makes my skin feel very hydrated. And it doesn't really have a scent to it, which is really important to me. I don't like skincare or skin things, anything you put on your face that's very scented. So I really like the way this makes my skin feel. You guys see I've got a couple new friends decided to show up today. I was like, oh, hello. How have you been? Where have you been? Unwelcome guest. So we do have that going under control right now though. My acne is starting to get under control, which makes me happy. I'm working with my doctor trying to get it all under control, so hopefully we'll start to see some results. I don't know. Keeping my fingers crossed. So now I'm going to go ahead and try I'm going to use the foundation. This is the Lock-It Tatoo foundation. And I think I told you guys before I have to kind of mix both of these shades. I have light 48 and medium 56. And like this one's a little too dark and this one's a little too light. So I mix them and then I make a good color for me. So I'm going to put a pump of each onto the back of my hand. And then we are going to use this. Kat Von D's the Lock-It foundation, if you're not familiar, is very, very thick and has very good coverage. So if you're someone who's like me and you're trying to cover up hyperpigmentation, this is really going to be helpful for you. So I really do enjoy it, especially for like something that I know that I want my makeup on to last for a long time. And not only that, for something that I want my skin to look like it's really good, even though it's not. So hopefully this color matches pretty good. I usually can do one pump of each and be okay. So hopefully we're good. I'm going to use my beauty blender. I think it's about time to toss this beauty blender. She's getting all bubbled up, so she's looking pretty rotten. Time to pass her to the trash can. So as you can tell, I mean, look at the coverage. The coverage is really, really good. I mean, like it pretty much gives you a clean slate. And if you're someone who's like me and you are concerned with your acne showing through, then you're gonna love this. But if you don't have much to cover, I wouldn't recommend picking it up because it's a very thick foundation. Like I said, it's almost mask-like, so if you don't need that extra coverage, don't do it. It's not worth it because it is a little bit harder to work with because it is so thick and it is so pigmented. So it is a little bit harder to work with. I mean, it goes on easy, as you can tell. Got it all over my lip. Try to wipe it off a little bit there. I'm going to pull my hair back. So how has your week been? This has been our first week back to school here. So my youngest son is in high school. So he started school on Monday. So I was like, can't believe summer's over already for us. I can't believe it's done. I feel like it flew. Look how like clean slate my skin is. It's almost too clean, if you know what I mean. Like I like to see a little bit of imperfections, and like with this, I feel like you don't see anything. Like this is very, very full coverage. I mean, it's got me covered. It's like a mask, like I said. If you don't need all that coverage, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you need that coverage, it does work. So, as you can see, now I'm going to wipe my lips off. I hate foundation on my lips. It's so gross. It's hard to get off. It's a very thick formula, so it's hard to get off. Make sure I didn't mess up around my lips too much. But as you can tell, it's pretty good coverage, and I mean, I don't really even need concealer right now, to be honest with you, because I mean, if you can tell, my dark circles, I can't even see them right now. I do need to work up under my eyes a little bit more though. I do notice that. Some people don't put foundation around their eyes. I typically do. Just because then if you need to use a concealer, then why would I? I'm not gonna absolutely use something even if I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have to, why would I do it? Now I'm going to prime my eyelids, and to prime my eyelids, I'm going to use, where is my products? I can't find it. Here it is. going to use the NYX Glitter Primer, not Glitter Glue. Glitter Glue is actually Too Faced. So I'm going to use this, not because this palette absolutely needs it, but I have it pulled because I was using it with the the Glimmer palette. I was using it with the Glimmer palette, and that did seem to help it some, so it's like, you know what, let's just use it for the other one too. It does have a tacky base to it, so it's going to make your eyelids a little bit tacky, which is what you want if you're trying to adhere glitter, any kind of glitter type of shadows to your eyes. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's definitely tacky. So that's helpful. I'm gonna put it on. So anyway, like I was saying, school started for us here already. So now it's just me and my oldest son at home. And he goes off to college next week, so next week it'll be him back in school. Not looking forward to that. Oh my goodness, they're all disappearing again. And then it's just gonna be me and the doggies in the daytime. I do work, but I only go in for a few hours every day to get things done at the office, so I work with my husband. I'm not sure if you know that or not. Okay, now I'm going to go into the Metal Matte palette, the Kat Von D Metal Matte. So I'm going to use this palette to do my eye look today. Here's what it looks like if you're not familiar. It's so, so pretty. I love this palette. I think the colors are gorgeous. It's just a very, very good palette. I'm happy I got it. I know a lot of people were telling me that was like one of their regrets that they didn't get it, and I do have a makeup regret from Kat Von D, but it was the Mi Vida Loca. That one is the one I wish I would have gotten. I'm going to go into the shade Bone with this big fluffy Tarte brush. I'm going to set my eyelids using that. It's a very, the shade over here, which is Linen, is a lot more pigmented as far as the white is concerned than this one. So I like this one a little bit better to set with because I don't want it completely whited out. I don't want my eyelids completely whited out. So I'll just use this one. What do you guys think of this funky nail color? I painted my nails thinking it was yellow. And in certain lights it does look yellow, and then certain, like when I'm outside, it looks peachy. So I'm like, what the heck color is this? It's this polish I have from this company called Pretty Woman. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like the color. It's just very interesting. And it's not super opaque. I did 2 coats and it still has some spots where you can kind of see through it. So it's not my favorite so far. Now I'm going to go in with the opposite side of this brush. And I'm going to use the shade Suede. I'm going to use that to start defining my crease. And we're going to do a different eye look today. I'm going to pull it all the way in where I typically don't pull it all the way in. I'm going to pull it all the way in. I'm going to define my whole crease today. I may have to go in with a fluffier brush because this brush is a little bit too compact. But just to set the color, it's going to be good for that. So we'll blend it out. Blend, blend, blend. So are you guys excited about some of these new makeup products that are coming out? I know Too Faced has, what is that? I think it's called the Clover palette. It's like the little animal one. That one's so cute. I'm excited about that one. I know a lot of people don't really like Too Faced because I feel like they kind of got a bad rep when they just put out products with pretty packaging and people don't feel like their products are as good as the packaging is. So, but I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I feel like some products I get from them are not that good, and then other products I get from them are excellent. So, I don't know. I don't know. I know now trying to stay more cruelty-free is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize how many companies are not cruelty-free, which makes me very sad. Why wouldn't you just be cruelty-free? I mean, do you have to test on animals? I don't understand that. I don't understand why more companies haven't really moved towards that goal. Whereas now we have NARS, who was cruelty-free. Now they're not cruelty-free. So it's like, what the heck? It's crazy. Okay, so there is my crease color, and I was using the Beauty Junkies. This is the something blending brush. I don't know. These brushes were really good at first when I got these Beauty Junkie brushes. But now I feel like they're not quite as good, so I don't know. I'm not so sure about them anymore. It's like they've kind of lost quality since I've been using them and just washing them and stuff, so I don't know. Now I'm going to go in, let's be crazy, because I have a black shirt on, so I can wear whatever the heck I want to, right? So I'm going to go into the shade Moss. I'm going to use this. We're just going to be bold. And I'm going to put this on the outer and the inner portion of my eyelid. Outer and inner. And then I'm going to kind of sweep it over. Just try to connect it a little bit. Just do it like that. These shadows are very, very pigmented. You do not need a heavy hand with these. They're not quite as what I've heard the Subculture palette. I know that one I've heard is crazy pigmented and like it's very, very powdery. I was gonna get that palette, but then after I saw all the bad reviews, I was like, I don't know if I want to waste my money, because I'm really, really, really bad about returning things if I don't like them. I was gonna return the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette, and guess what? I didn't return it. We went on vacation and it's still sitting in my dresser or in my vanity. So I know me, I probably wouldn't return it if I didn't like it. But then I've heard some people say that if you use a lighter hand with the Subculture palette, that it works really well. So I don't know. I really would like to try it because I think the colors are pretty. I think those colors kind of call to me because I like those grungy looking colors. But I don't know. You have to let me know your opinion, what you think of those. What you think of that palette. I want it, but I'm not sure I want to spend the money on it. And I'm technically on like a no buy, but I'm not sticking to it very well, to be honest with you. I'm like, you know what, YOLO. I'm just kidding. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade right here, which is white. I'm going to use that just to pat down into the center of my lid. I've got this is a overshader. I'm not sure what the heck that means. I'm going to put that right in the center here, and then I'm going to pop another color on with that. Look how bold that is. Holy smokes. We're going to blend this out too, don't worry. I know it's not looking the prettiest right now, but we're going to get her. We'll get her done. I don't know, like Monday when I was getting my son ready for school. I don't really have to get him ready, like when I was making his breakfast, should I say. I had that silly song from Billy Madison stuck in my head. Do you guys remember that song? Where he sings about going back to school? Okay, I'm going to use this big fluffy side of this brush and just start blending. Blend, blend, blend. I think it's like, back to school, to prove to my dad that I'm not a fool. I can't sing, so you guys don't make fun of that, alright? Look, I'm not trying out for American Idol or nothing. But you have to look that song up. It's pretty funny. If you've never heard the Billy Madison song, it's pretty funny. Now we're going to go back into the palette, and I'm going to pop on a lighter shade for the center, because I have all this darkness going on right now, and it's just a lot of darkness. So now I'm going to pop on Tinsel, and Tinsel I do know is a little bit, has a little bit of fallout to it, so I'm going to spray my brush with some Urban Decay All Nighter. Got a little bottle of it here. So I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to pat that right in the center here. Flip the brush, and you see how that just like pops the color so much more, and there's not much fallout now. I like that. I like the way that looks. I'm going to wipe my brush off, dry it off a little bit before I stick it back into my powder. I don't want to put wetness into the powder. You're supposed to spray your brush after you've put the product on it, not before. So I'm going to spray it again, and then we're going to apply it to the other lid. Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. That nice pop right there in the center. I like that. I know it's crazy looking because it's a lot of darkness, but we're gonna roll with it because we're rolling with the homies. I'm just kidding. All right, now we're gonna go into the Kat Von D. I'm gonna come back to my eyes. I'm gonna work on the rest of my face for a little bit. So I'm gonna go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. So I'm gonna go into this lightest shade right here. I'm gonna tap off, and I'm just going to bronze my face up a little bit. And I just go in a number 3. So you can do it however you choose to. This is just how I've always done it. I go in like a number 3 pattern. Number 3. don't need to bronze a whole lot because this foundation, by mixing the two, it actually matches pretty good, and I don't want to make it too bold. And I'm gonna just deepen the contour up a little bit, so I'm gonna turn my brush sideways just a tad and just deepen the contour and take it up to my ear. So you want to take your contour up to the top of your ear. That's how you want to line it up. So there, that is deepened a little bit. And then done with that part. Now, actually, you know what? Let's leave that open because we're going to mix for my blush, but we don't need that quite yet because I got to conceal under my eyes. The only thing is, like, now that my eyes do have the foundation and everything on, I'm going to have fallout, so I will still conceal under there because that palette does have a little bit of fallout. So now I'm going to use the Kat Von D Tattoo liner in Mad Max Brown. I had someone ask if I could use the brown, and I will tell you the brown lasts just as long as the black one does, so I have no problems using either one of these. But I'll use the brown one today to show you how it works. So it works the same. It is the same type of tip. And we're just going to apply this to my eyelid. I always have to be quiet when I do this part because I'm afraid I'm gonna like totally mess it up. And then we're gonna have a complete disaster. I don't like try to do a wing or anything, I just put it on. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. I am going to pop a lighter color on the center of my eyelid, but I'm not going to use the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use something else for that. But we'll come back to that part. So as you can see, it worked the same. There's no difference. They worked really well. That works really well. Now I'm going to actually use my little drops here because I'm going to conceal under my eyes before I finish up my eyes. I have these custom cover drops by Cover FX. These are the C+ lemongrass. So they're supposed to help with radiance. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Kat Von D concealer, which is a little too thick for me. And I'm going to use my Cosmo Cube little thing right here, and I'm going to just take and put a little bit onto the little tray. A little bit more because I got to mix the oil in with it. So I may have a little much on here, but it's okay. I'd rather for it to be creamy. So I put some on here. And now I'm going to take my dropper, and I'm just going to put one little drop. One itsy bitsy drop, and I'm going to mix that together. And see if that helps with the concealer. It's like you have to play a little bit of a scientist when you do this because I'm not sure how much you really want. Sometimes you want to use a little bit more foundation, less oil. So you have to be a little bit of a scientist. This is like playing science here on your little makeup part. All right, so now mix that in, and I've got a good mix here now. And now I'm just going to apply that under my eye. It's very thin now, so which is what I like. I don't like it super thick like it was because I feel like it was just a little too thick for my skin type because I do have a lot of signs of aging going on. I don't need to make those emphasized, so I'm just going to go in with my beauty blender and I'm going to dab that in. Dab, dab, dab. And as you can tell, it doesn't, now it's not super dry looking under my eyes. It looks a little bit more radiant, which is what I wanted. I wanted the radiance. But I don't like it super brightening under my eye either. I like it just to kind of conceal the darkness, which we didn't have to do a whole lot for the darkness because that foundation is very, very good. And I do look up and look down and look all around. And now I'm going to set that with the Kat Von D. This is the Lock It Translucent Powder. I love her little sponge. It does have Kat Von D written on it, but you can't really see it now because mine's all dirty. Now I'm just going to tap a little bit of this onto my beauty blender. And then I will set my under eye. And I always start my under eye by starting from the outer part just because I feel like the inner portion is where I get a lot of wrinkles. Like a lot of, or it just messes up a lot. I guess where it just creases. So if I start in the under part, I feel like it kind of takes some of it off and that part doesn't get so bad on me. I don't know. It's just something how I've tried it. Woof, look at the powder kick up. It's just how I've done it and it works for me. But everything works differently for different people, so it may not work like that for you. Okay, so So there that is. Now I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and I'm going to use, since we did all those green, why not go into emerald and put that in as my inner corner highlight. So I got a huge mess here, guys. Who's coming out over to help clean? I've got a mess. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to clean a brush off. I've got the little flat shader brush. I'm just gonna clean that off a little bit. Oh man, I just got powder all over my pants. Wonderful. Okay, so this is the green shade here, which is the green emerald shade. And I'm just going to barely tap that into the inner corner like this, just to give it that little bit of a green hue. Oh yeah, it's looking pretty good. What do you think? I like how it like pops, all that green that's going on. I like all the green. It looks like a St. Patty's Day look a little bit. So, but that's okay. We can have a St. Patty's Day look. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this to highlight too, but I'm not going to use the green to highlight just because I don't really want green cheeks. I'm going to use the pink opal shade down here and use my Real Techniques brush. I'm going to tap off and then highlight. I kind of buff it in a little bit just because I feel like it looks better when I buff it in just a tad. And then I take it down my nose just a little bit. And buff. Okay, so there that part is. Now we need to put eyelashes on. So we need to put our mascara. So the mascara I'm using is the IT Cosmetics. I lied. It's not it. I need to do brows too, guys. Why didn't y'all tell me? Oh, there it is. There's the IT Cosmetics Superhero. That's the one I was looking for. And then for brows, I'm just going to be very simple and use the Benefit Gimme Brow. You guys know I do my brows very, very simple. There's not a whole lot that goes into them. I just basically need to add a little bit of color. So I don't know if I told you guys update on my anxiety, but it is getting better. That makes me very happy. I have been working with my doctor to help get it under control. But let me tell you, there were some scary moments before I could get it under control, because anxiety and depression can really wreak havoc on your brain. Like, it can really make you think about things that you don't want to think about. Okay, so now I'm using the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. So anyway, so whoever was thinking about me and praying for me for my anxiety, thank you so much. It is getting better. I'm so thankful. Little by little each day. And you guys know I suck at mascara, so I should just fast forward through mascara, because I just really suck at it, and there's nothing you're going to learn from me from mascara. You're just going to learn how not to do it, pretty much. Oh yeah. Not sure what color I'm going to put on my lower lash line yet. You have to... Oh, I guess you can't tell me, can you? We need to do a live stream. You guys have to let me know if you're interested in me doing a live video. You can do a live get ready with me, or a live Q&A, or whatever you want. You just tell me what you'd like. If you'd like to do a live video, I could totally do that. Okay, I didn't get too much on my eyelids today, which is miraculous. I don't think I have too much on my eyelashes though either, so, which is not surprising. Now I'm going to go into the Kat Von D blush. This is in the shade Love Song. It's a super bright pink color. But you guys know I have been mixing my bronzers and my blushes, so I'm going to go back into the Shade and Light Contour Palette. And I'm going to mix this shade right here and this shade, so the top, or the first two shades. And with the blush, tap, tap, tap. And we're just going to apply it onto, I took it up a little too high. I went a little too crazy with it. Little too crazy. That's alright. There's no mistakes in makeup. It's only learning. Okay. So there that is. As you can tell, it really does help to tone it down if you mix it with a bronzer. So it's not such that hot pink. Like this is a really hot pink that I just don't think I look that good in. So now I'm going to go back into the Metal Matte palette and I'm going to use my flat shader brush. Maybe if I can find it. Here it is. Oh man, I just threw it on the floor. Darn it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully, oh, do I have, no. Thought I had mascara down there. Okay, I think I'm going to be crazy and just go in with this blue. Why not? We're going to have blue and green. I need to get used to doing blue and orange again. Eyeshadow looks, because I do blue and orange shadow looks for the UVA games when we go to the UVA games where my son goes to college. Okay. I'm going to smudge this out just a little bit after I put it on. Right now I'm just kind of laying the color down. And there's the blue. The blue actually looks good with the green. I was a little worried. I was like, that's going to look like crap, Tiff. That's alright. Okay, I cleaned my brush off and now I'm just kind of smudging it out just a tad. Just so it's not harsh. And that is it for the eyes. You have to tell me what you think of this eye look. I kind of like it. Now I'm going to mix the lip products. Where is my other one? I think I lost one. Of course I did. I'm going to mix Lovesick with K-Dub. We're just going to do it this way today. I like mixing things. Can you tell? So here's Lovesick. Lovesick actually looks pretty good by itself. Alright, lay it like this. Yeah, I'm kind of liking it by itself, especially with this eye color. Yeah, I think we're going to leave it. We're not going to mess with it too much today. I am going to take the Alchemist palette though and put a little dab onto the center of my lip. So I'm going to go into the shade Amethyst right here and just take my finger and dab a little bit. There we go. There's how it is. That is the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little get ready with me. I'd love to hear what products you are loving this week, what products you used in your makeup basket and how they work for you guys. And otherwise, otherwise I can't even talk. And otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.